Operation Okae Molao is cracking the whip on crimes in some of Johannesburg's affluent suburbs today. They're targeting syndicates like the Rolex gang, cell phone snatching and other contact crimes. Reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones is with the police's top brass and joins us yet again. Good morning yet again, Pule. When we spoke a bit earlier, it seemed there was a serious operation there at Jan Smuts. Where are you now and what's the latest?
Yeah, now we've moved to a different location in Sandton where the operation still continues. But just the latest that we can confirm, earlier on we had the numbers that about 52 undocumented foreign nationals have been nabbed during this police operation. What we can also confirm is that police are saying the Rolex gang is still on the loose. Despite making several arrests before linked to the gang, they believe that they're still, on operation and have emerged once again. But coming back to the location, just on my left-hand side, I'll ask my colleague Teddy Munyambani to show you. This is one motorist who has been stopped. I believe the car, they believe, isn't roadworthy. They're checking whether the lights can still indicate and show her direction, especially in the evening. Now, this is what police officials had said they'll be enforcing currently, but this operation seems to be coming to an end in just about a few minutes, and from there we will be getting another direction as to where we will be moving. Now, what one can tell you is that they are targeting some of these criminal hotspots where motorists are usually being mugged and robbed while, standing with a robot or waiting for the green lights to actually go on before they can proceed to their next destination. And police believe that this is one hotspot in Sandton where some of these robberies actually happen. But Mfundo, before I speak to the Deputy Provincial Commissioner in the province, just want to take a listen to what the police had to say earlier on about the Rolex gang as well being on the loose.
With the gang, Rolex gang, previously we trotted them. We had arrest previously, but as we know that the issues of crimes, sometimes when you trot them, they come and emerge. Currently, they have emerged once more again, and at this stage, one would say we are behind the heels with the investigation under General Khumalo, who's responsible for crime detection.
Who are they? Are they mysterious? Who's this gang? Because it seems as though they emerge and then they go again, they rest and they emerge again. It's this modus operandi seems to be one that's giving the police force a headache as well.
Initially, those ones which we have arrested, we do have names. But as I'm saying, when they emerge, you'll find that it's a new grouping. In that sense, one could not clearly indicate for now as to say currently who are those gangs, those who have emerged. But the previous ones which we have arrested, we indeed have their names and we indeed have their profiles.
From just that soundbite, it sounds as though they're not necessarily getting a grip on this particular situation insofar as the Rolex gang is concerned.
Definitely seems as though they're still operating and still active. They have profiles, yes, and have nabbed a few members of the gang, but this gang, we understand, is still operating and of course terrorizing some of these stores at the helm of selling this jewelry or chronometers as well, called Rolexes. But let's just speak to the Deputy Provincial Commissioner for now, Mr. Mbuso Khumalo. Thank you very much for joining us on eNCA. So maybe if you can just give us an update regarding Operation Molao, Okae Molao, in terms of the figures. In the morning, I remember there was about 52 undocumented foreign nationals that were nabbed during this operation. But where are we? Where are we standing right now in terms of fighting crime in this province?
Good morning. Thank you very much. We started in Rosebank. Now we are here in Sandton. The name of the road is Pretoria Main Road. The operation started early this morning, where the multidisciplinary team attended to the roadblock, consisting of the Metro as well as Home Affairs. There were 31 traffic fines that were issued, and the value is 24,000. Okay. There were 26 vehicles that were found to be discontinued off the road, unroadworthy. There were also 60 undocumented persons that were arrested, attended to by Home Affairs. There was also one VW Polo. The engine was found to be tampered with. That one was also confiscated. There were also 4 vehicles that were impounded because they did not have necessary documentation. But the operation is still continuing.
Looking at these numbers, quite scary in terms of lawlessness on the roads and in this province, which is the economic hub as well of the country. Just in terms of fighting crime, are you confident that you're on track? The Premier said that, of course, they would be trying to increase the Community Safety Department's budget, which speaks to safety in this province as well. Do you believe that more resources are needed in terms of fighting crime?
Maybe before answering your question, I must say that last night there was an operation, crime for detectives. They were able to arrest 285 suspects, and most of them were for GBV related cases. In terms of fighting crime, I think we are on track. We are on track throughout the province. Although the necessary resources are also needed, but we are on track.
Yeah, I mean, because you say you're on track, but it seems residents and communities in this province have lost hope and confidence in the police force. What is it that you would say that is doing that, would, reignite their confidence to show that you are indeed fighting crime? I mean, we see how motorists are being targeted, robots at drive-thrus when they go into restaurants, they've been targeted, gangs all over, child kidnappings. It seems as though it's a mess and there's just nothing to ensure that there is accountability and order in the province.
If you look at the crimes that are being reported, for example, the hijackings, the murders, the kidnapping. We look at the results. We sit down with the provincial management and we look at the results in terms of the successes, the arrests that are being made. But in terms of deployment, the provincial commissioner and the district are deploying in those hotspots, but the results are coming.
Load shedding, one that's quite problematic as well throughout the country, but in Gauteng as well. Would you say that you've seen numbers increasing in terms of, innocent civilians being targeted when it's dark on the roads and some are going back home?
Yeah, it is true. The criminals will always use the opportunity when it is dark, when there's no power, and they will go into those houses to commit all those house robberies. But all in all, we are on track.
Have the numbers increased, though, of robberies during load shedding?
Not actually in some areas, not throughout the province, in some of the areas.
In this province?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. That's the Deputy Provincial Commissioner, Mbuso Khumalo. They're just giving us an update during this operation, Okae Molao. And of course, reading some of those figures, which shows that this operation, of course, has been, has led to progress in terms of nabbing those who they believe have been on the wrong side of the law, but also concluding to say that load shedding does play a negative, significant role in terms of giving criminals the opportunity to use this to purge and, of course, target innocent civilians in this country and, of course, motorists when going back home after work.
All right, Pule, thank you very much for that update. That's a reporter, Pule Letshwiti-Jones.